Welcome back to the MCG, Australia 6 for 94. We've just dashed down from level 3. We've come down here into one of the great museum pieces that the MCG has ever had. Now, if you get a ticket to come into the cricket here, then you just need to book a tour. It's free. And it is, have a look at this, Treasures of a Legend Warne. Runs from December 16 to August 9, 2026. Do yourself a favour and look at this man. Jackson Warne is here. Hello, mate. Great to see you.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Before we go in here,
Yes.
This is extraordinary. I saw you 4 months ago,
Yes.
and you had the pool table in your dad's area, in the garage. You had the motorbike, and you just had all these plastic, like IKEA containers,
Yes.
just full of all this extraordinary stuff, and now the public are about to see it.
I know it kind of doesn't feel real because, we saw it when it wasn't in display, not under the nice lights and the curtain in the glass cabinets. We were like, what are we going to do with this MCG? Do you know how cool it's going to be? So I was literally, just before we got on here, looking at it, and it still doesn't feel real that we've had this in our collection for pretty much our whole life, in boxes, catalogued. But I think Dad, in a weird way, knew that something like this was going to happen one day, and that's why he had everything dated and catalogued and protected. But to see this and see how many people have walked in happy and smiling, it's unbelievable.
Well, the people are all out the back. You can see them. If you spin around, there's people all out there, the people, and they're coming down here to the museum, but they want to come in and see some of this. So what you're about to see is, for cricket fans, it is quite extraordinary. So we'll come in here. We'll start here, Jacko. You jump on this side of me. So if you tied it on the white ball, semi-final, Australia versus South Africa, 4 for 29, man of the match. This is Australian cricket history. This is a very, very famous game of cricket.
It is, and there's so many items in here, and it's hard to pick one, but one of the ones that I do love is this, because it's when he got 300 wickets, but on every single wicket it's got who was bowling, who caught it, who it was against, where it was, the year, and I think it's just so fascinating because I actually took some of the English boys here the other day, Nasser and Mike Atherton, and they were like, hang on, we're probably up there a few times, and we've gone and looked at them, they're up there about 8 times, and no, it's just so cool coming in here and witnessing history. It still, again, doesn't feel real that this was my dad.
We need to come around like this. Just some amazing stuff in here. I love the quotes here. So this is Nathan Lyon, the true greatest of all time. Mick Jagger, the greatest spin bowler ever. Stephen Fry, Brett Lee, Eddie Perfect, Russell Crowe, genius player, grand company, loyal. Like the people that were attracted to your father and were involved in his life. Well, we just rolled off Russell Crowe and Mick Jagger. Yeah,
no, it's unbelievable. And this one's my favourite here, Hugh Jackman. I think he was one of Dad's most favourites as well. It was actually Hugh's dream to face Nova to Dad, and he did.
Yes.
Back in, I think it was 2009 or 2010, he faced Nova. Hit maybe a 6, I reckon, off one of Dad's balls. But it's very surreal. But I guess this was Dad. He had an amazing ability just to bring everybody together.
So 204 one-day wickets, which is a record, 100th Test record. So presented by the Australian Cricket Board on his 100th Test, South Africa versus Australia in Cape Town. We go over here. There's the famous Melbourne Stars. Is this your favourite? Come this side, Jacko, so we can have a look at it. And explain to people what this shirt is. This is iconic, Shane Warne.
It is iconic, and this is 100% my favourite because this is when Dad had to calm down the crowd in Bay 13, and it was when Alex Stewart was bowling leggies, and we weren't sure what to do or what that meant, but Dad came out of the race, he was wearing his thongs, he went up to Bay 13, he borrowed Mark Wolf's helmet, and then he was like, hang on, I don't need my helmet, I've got a great relationship with the public, so he took it off, he said, boys, please, no more throwing, no more throwing. I actually had somebody message me today that they saw a chicken got thrown onto the MCG.
A random chook.
I wonder what would happen if a chook got thrown onto the ground today, but this was by far my favourite, and it just shows how much Dad loved the public and the public loved Dad, that he had this ability to say, boys, look, please, let's just play some cricket. And I'm actually sitting in Dad's standing in Bay 13 today. I'm in the guts with the Barmy Army. It's been awesome. They sang a song for Dad yesterday, and it's very special.
Oh, you're getting me emotional now, mate. Like, there's so much stuff here. MCG Test hat-trick, Tony Gregg in commentary, David Boone. These are not just iconic cricket moments. That's the stump and the boots. These are iconic Australian sporting moments, Jack.
It is iconic, and again, if you notice all the handwriting, it's all been the exact same since 1990s.
That's your dad's written on these?
This is Dad's handwriting. He's written on all the shoes as well. I only recently found out that he actually used to cut out all of the shoes, like a hole in his shoe, so when he was landing, he got a bit more spin with his feet. But it's just amazing to see how well he looked after everything.
And we come over here. This is, I think this will be where people come down. So this is the Gatting ball. And again, you pulled it out of a plastic container. You had the gloves on. You said, Howie. I was freaking out. This is the most famous ball in the history of Australian Test cricket.
It is, and it's why so many people have come here and to have a look and to see the Gatting ball is still here with the Gatting stump. And when you look on inside the stump as well, it's got everybody's autograph. If you look on the side of the shoes as well, it says that ball. So, yeah, I mean, it's a fairy tale to actually have all of this on display for the whole world to see, but it's what Dad would have wanted. You know, MCG's always been a destination for people to always come. Obviously, you're at the State Memorial, so you saw it firsthand. People fly from all around the world, and he has the statue, the stand, 700th hat-trick, calming down the crowd. But to have now this exhibition here, hopefully forever, just another fairy tale to his legacy.
And you speak so beautifully about it. Christmas time, we're always surrounded by our loved ones. Obviously, your father wasn't here for Christmas Day. How are these reflections for you, your sisters, and everyone that loved him?
I mean, it's always just full of positivity. Obviously, Christmas is always going to be sad not being able to spend it with our dad, but for it to be the day after, come to the MCG with 90,000 people and celebrate Dad at 350, look at his stand, see it full of people. It's hard not to smile and it's hard not to be grateful. It's hard not to be happy. So that definitely outweighs any sad emotions or negative emotions because we come here and we're just full of happiness.
Just before we let you go, as we walk into the commentary box, all the heart testing machines are set up. How's the legacy going, the testing, and how do people get themselves involved to potentially save their own lives, Jack?
It's been unbelievable. We had over 3,000 checks yesterday and we are on track to break our record, although the cricket might be over today, which I hope it's not. But yeah, it's amazing to see how many people are lining up and smiling and potentially saving lives. And I guess to find out more information, just go to shanewarnelegacy.com. If you want to do a check, type in your postcode and you'll find the one closest to you.
Good on you, mate. You're a great man. Great to see you going so well in life. We talked about yesterday this man's manners. His father always said manners are free and his kids have got magnificent manners. So come down here anytime you're at the MCG, visit the museum because it is truly special. Good on you, mate. Great to see Jackson Warne live play next with Australia resuming at 6 for 94.